Hello everyone, welcome back once again. This is the last chapter of pivot table as well as the Excel course. I tried to cover all basics and advanced functions of Excel in these 59 chapters. If you are following along with me, I believe that you must have improved a lot in your skills. So today in this video, we will be learning 4 more functions of pivot table, that is summarize value by, where we will be trying to summarize the values by different method, calculated fields, pivot chart, and slicers. You know that in pivot table, all the repeated rows are represented only once. Here action movie is there, action genre is there. So there are lots of film made under action genre, so as adventure, animation, and biography. All the gross revenue collected by each movie under the different genres is being summarized, is being summed. By default, the summarized value is sum. Here it is seen that sum of gross revenue. It means that in the action genre, there may be 100 numbers of films and each film is making some dollars. So all the dollars, all the revenues made by each film is being summed together, totaled together and put under the genre action. In pivot table, sum is the default calculation, but there are other options like the count, average, maximum, minimum, different kinds of things are available there. So we'll be looking to the other options of summarize value by what? By count, by max, by minimum, by large. So what are the options available? We are going to look into it. So now let's add one more column of the same gross revenue. Here I am putting one more, and also I'm trying to put another one. Let's sort it at descending order from largest to smallest. So here the highest revenue is being collected by the films under action genre, and then is comedy, adventure, and drama, and so on. So in the pivot table, there are multiple options to change from summarization to counting, average, maximum, minimum. So let's see how we can change this sum to count. Just bring the cursor inside the pivot table and right click here, and then go to summarize value by, and then select any of these calculations. So let's select this count, and here it shows that in the action genre there are 900 movies made as per the source data. Okay, and in comedy it has made 1016 movies. So the highest gross revenue is because of the number of movies it has made. If it is making more movies than this thriller, then obviously it would be earning more money. If we want to calculate the average revenue per genre, then what we need to do is that we have to divide the total gross revenue by number of movies made in that genre. Normally what we used to do is like this, equal to this one divide by this one. Then we get average revenue per genre. So instead of doing that manually, we can do that simply in a pivot table in the 2 clicks only. So click here and right click, and then go to summarize value by average. Now you get the average value. Let's sort this one in descending order again. Sort. Let's change, remove the decimal, and let's see here. Here the family is coming at the top. Though the total gross revenue is only this much, but the average gross revenue is highest in the family. It has made only 3 films and generated this much revenue. So on average, it has earned more than any other films. Action was making the highest gross revenue because of its number. It has made 900 movies. That's why it has earned this much. Like that, there are some other movies like this. Here in animation, only 45 movies were made, and it has earned this much amount. And that's why the average revenue of animation is higher than that of action. So in this way, we can check what is the number, what is the average, what is the count, what is the sum. We can do a lots of other summarization using this data in the pivot table. Now let's see the another topic, that is calculated fields. Calculated field is one additional feature which you can add to the pivot table without affecting the source data. Suppose the source data which is shared to you by your office is a confidential, it is a locked, it has no permission to you to add any extra column. Then how can you make the analysis of profit? In this case, instant case, if I want to take out the profit of each genre, then how do I do? Because I don't have the option to add any more column in this one. If I am allowed to add more column here, then I will just simply add one more column like profit, and then deduct the budget from the gross revenue, and then I will get the profit, right? But if the source data itself is a protected one and you don't have the privilege to get access to it or make any changes, then you don't have any other option but to add a calculated fields in the pivot table. Okay, other one is that if your data is very big and if you want to calculate different kinds of things like the average, like the other things, many things you want to calculate, and you have to keep on adding all more columns, one more column, then one more column to your source data. Every time you feel the importance, you feel the necessity of doing that calculation, it will keep increasing the size of the data source. So instead of doing that, you can have multiple kinds of calculated fields in the pivot table itself. So let's see how we can add one more calculated fields in this pivot table. Here I want to calculate the profit. So let's go to here in the pivot table. You click here, fields, item and sets. Here you will get calculated fields. Okay, click here and then you can name the field name like total profit. Now formula you have to enter here. By default it is 0, so just delete it, but I cannot select from here. I have to select the field name from this list. So how do we calculate the profit? So profit can be calculated by deducting the budget from the gross revenue. So we will put the gross revenue, insert, minus, simple put minus, and budget, insert field, and then click on OK. Now it has given a calculated field, and this is also part of your pivot table. See, when you click here, the field list is being disappeared, but when you click inside this one, you see this pivot table fields. It shows that this is a pivot table and part of the pivot table. When you make any chart or anything out of this pivot table, it will also incorporate. But if you are manually calculating outside of the pivot table, it won't be part of the pivot table and it won't reflect in your chart also. Now the third one is pivot chart. We have already learned we have a separate module of chart. We have covered how do we insert a chart. So for inserting any chart in a simple normal chart, what we need to do is we have to select the field for which we need to create the chart. But in pivot table, that is not necessary. You need only to click inside the pivot table and then go to the pivot chart. Now let's remove this profit. Also remove the budget. Now let's filter the top 5 genre off from here so that we can make a better graph. Filter value filters top 10, so let's put it top 5, so it will show only. Let's change this to number without decimal. Okay, and now let's insert a chart. So to insert any chart, we need to click the mouse inside the pivot table and you can go directly to the insert and pivot chart. Any of the chart you can put it here like this. So let's put this one. So pivot chart is being met. Main difference between the pivot chart and the normal Excel chart is that Excel chart needs to be updated every time we need some more columns. We added any more column to the table, because the chart made in the normal Excel chart is a range of data set where we need to define that what are the data which need to be shown as a data. But in case of pivot chart, we do not need to define anything. The pivot table with itself will be reflected completely in the pivot chart, right? So here we have only gross revenue. If we put here the budget also, and then it will automatically populate the budget. If I remove this one, it will remove from the pivot table as well as from the pivot chart. So the pivot table and the pivot chart is being interlinked. Whatever changes you make here, like see here, black and white and everything, I'm just putting it black and white only, and then it will show only for black and white. Here also in the pivot table, it is changed. Accordingly, the pivot chart is also changed. So whatever we select, which change here, will automatically reflect in the pivot table as well as pivot chart. Okay, if we put say total profit, let's see the total profit and budget, let's put 3 of them. This is the budget, this is the revenue, and this is the profit. So from here also you can see which one is having the highest profit. The adventure is having the highest profit out of this, right? It is here, and then crime is having negative profit, means crime is losing, right? the profit is not there. So crime is having minus. That's why, so the chart is also plotted below the zero axis. It means it is a minus. So this is how you can insert a pivot chart in Excel, and it is very useful if you want to create any dashboard in Excel. It will interlink. And the last one is a slicer. Slicer is nothing but it is just a replicate and a fancy item of filters. All right, so let's go to the pivot table and then go here, pivot table analyze, and then click on insert slicers. Then you will be asked to select the fields for which you want to create the slicers. Like in the filter, we have the option that we want to select for color and black and white, country. Like that, in the slicer also we will be given the option to select the kind of fields for which you want to apply the filters. So let's click here, and then you have the option. So what kind of filter you want to create? So color and black and white, and then country. Okay, just click, because all these options we can have different slicers of all the fields. So we don't want to create mass of it, so we will just select country and black and white and then hit on OK. Then you will have these two slicers. I will just put it here. So this is the multiple select option. So if you click this multiple select, then you can select both black and white and color. See, when I click color, it is changing here. When I click black and white, it is changing here. If I am not enabling this multiple select, then I can select any of the two. I cannot select both, right? So if I select black and white, then graph is also changed, table is also changed, everything is changed, even this country is also changed. So everything is interlinked. It means that black and white films are made only in this country which is highlighted, means Australia, Canada and all. This is Afghanistan, Argentina, Aruba, all these countries are not making any film in black and white, right? So it is a combination of this. Now if I am enabling this both color and black and white, then all these countries are selected. Or if I want to see only Afghanistan, then Afghanistan has made only color films, right? Drama, that also in the drama genre. Like Argentina is having color only. Aruba, this is also color only. UK is having both color and black and white, right? Like this we can add. Now we can remove this slicer. If I so all this filter and these filters are being linked. If I click here Afghanistan, then here also it will select Afghanistan and South Korea. So let's unselect this one, and then let's go only color. So it has selected color here, and this graph is also only for color. And then in country, if I am selecting instead of all, if I select only Italy, here also only Italy is being selected, race are unselected, right? So this filter and this filter is nothing different. It is only for, it is giving only a slick view so that you can move this filter. Unlike this, you can move this filter slicer from here to here, and you can also arrange this slicer in the 2 or 3 columns as per your wish, 5 columns. Let's see, like this. And then we can put this as a bar like this. Okay, here somewhere, then we can click like this. See, France, Iceland, Israel. So we can select multiple of it and then find out the figure of that particular. This is both. So now out of this, only color I want to see. Colors are being made by this country, right? So UK, if I want to see only for UK, then I can see like this. So we can check all the details, all the data using these slicers. So here we can remove this one. So to remove this one, we can simply remove from here, and still it will work. Like Indonesia, this is changing. Czech Republic, it is changing now like this. And now there are some buttons like this. From here also you can select only for action, then it will show only for action. From the graph itself, we can change the filter. We can use as a filter like this, mystery. So it will show only for the mystery. And if you want to remove this button from the chart, then you select the chart and then go to Pivot Chart Analyze, and then from here you click on Hide All. Then it will hide the button on the chart, and in appearance it will be same as that of normal chart, but it will still act as a pivot chart, not as a normal chart. With this video we come to the end of this course, Excel class Basic to Advanced. During the making of this video I also learned many new formulas and improve a lot in myself. However, this is not the end of my video. I will be making Excel video on different formulas which are used every day. From next video, I will be focusing on use cases so that you can instantly apply in your work. And I hope you like this video, and if you did, hit the like button and also subscribe the channel. That's it for this lecture. See you in the next Excel video. Until then, take care. Bye-bye.